Humanity is precariously balanced. April 2, 2014. Humanity's awakening is unavoidable and imminent. The love that has been flowing through you all, loving conduits that you are, as you hold the light and make the intention for humanity to awaken, is an energy of enormous power that will not be brushed aside, ignored, or dismissed. One of your more amusing ways of putting things when talking about the human tendency to ignore or deny something unseen but plainly visible, is by referring it as the 800-pound gorilla in the room. Well, the field of divine love enveloping humanity and your planet is somewhat larger than that. And there is no way that you can continue to ignore it. Your awakening is imminent. Some of you most definitely are aware of the gorilla in the room. Even though you are not acknowledging it, it is surrounded by a large heap of banana skins, so someone is feeding it. Or, to put it more sensibly, many of you are loving conduits of the divine energy field while remaining to all intents and purposes unaware of it and of the enormous effect you are having on humanity's awakening process just by being incarnate at this moment in the illusion. And for that you are greatly honored. And when you wake up you will be amazed when you realize what you have contributed to the process. Humanity is precariously balanced at the tipping point between the deep sleep of the illusion and the bright wakefulness of reality. Attempts are being made by a few, who have chosen not to awaken, to prevent the balance from altering and thus allowing you all to slide gloriously into wakefulness. However, their efforts are fruitless, and will remain so, as the balance shifts exuberantly towards wakefulness with unbridled determination and enthusiasm. Nothing in the illusion has the means to prevent your inevitable awakening. It is divinely guaranteed, and so it will happen, bringing joy, peace, and abundance to all. Refuse to listen to the naysayers and the arguments that they offer to attempt to persuade you that the evil and self-centered nature of humanity, constantly being demonstrated all over the planet, is so deeply ingrained that it will never change. Remember that they too are fearful, that they believe they need to protect themselves constantly from known and unknown threats, and that they are afraid to believe in the infinite power of love because they have, over many lifetimes, been horribly disappointed when they have chosen to trust and have had that trust betrayed. They are, in truth, crying out desperately for love. As you well know, because you have been told so often, and because you do recognize that it is your true nature, love is the only solution to every issue, to every problem. The vast majority of you have, at some point in your lives, experienced the peace and indeed wonder, even if only very briefly, that love provides. Maybe someone lovingly forgave you for what you might, in the moment, have considered an unforgivable word or action. Or when you were in what seemed at the time like dire need, great or small, size of need is truly immaterial, someone unexpectedly came to your aid. You were probably overwhelmed with gratitude in that moment, and then the intensity of that feeling faded with time, but you never forgot it because an act of love is unforgettable. The effect of love in action is always seen and felt, even if it is not acknowledged. So the message today is, keep on loving. And keep on keeping on, as God does. He never gives up on anyone because He created everyone as perfect reflections or aspects of Himself, and therefore He knows that any attitudes or behaviors in which they may engage that are not in perfect alignment with, or even are in total opposition to love are but momentary aberrations, brief errors of judgment that can and will be corrected. The eternal nature of all conscious life forms is love, and that can never change because love is changeless. Your true nature can only be hidden or masked for a very brief period, and then the real you will burst forth in abundant glory, like the sun coming from behind a cloud. Another point worth remembering is that over time things and events that used to please you enormously lose their power to do so, the intensity you used to feel decreases, and although you continue to avail of them and enjoy them, the excitement and anticipation that used to precede those moments is no longer there. Eventually you begin to ask yourselves, what can I do to bring myself alive again? What's missing? I have obtained what I was striving for, but it no longer satisfies me. Well, Each time you incarnate as a human into the illusion, all sorts of wonders and possibilities present themselves to you, and it is exciting. But the illusion is by its very nature illusory and can therefore never satisfy you. You were created for everlasting joy, and that is only available to you when you live fully alive as part of the divine source, all that is, because that joy resides in the eternal wonder of that oneness. When you attempted to separate yourselves from it, you lost your sense of joy. You still had brief moments of joy, but it was illusory and could not last, leaving you forever dissatisfied. Real and eternal joy can only embrace you when you discard the illusion and remove the cloak or shield it has set between you and reality, and allow yourselves to return home. And that is what you are presently in the unstoppable process of doing. With so very much love, Saul. Channeled by John Smallman. johnsmallman.wordpress.com